Someone across the room opens their mouth. Their jaw stretches, their eyes half close. Before you even register what happened, your own mouth is already opening too. You didn't choose this. Your body just did it. But the real answer has almost nothing to do with being tired. It has everything to do with something ancient still running inside your brain, something that still treats the people around you as part of your own survival. For decades, scientists assumed yawning was about oxygen, a way to wake up a sluggish body. That explanation felt obvious. It also turned out to be wrong. Researchers tested it directly, having people breathe pure oxygen and extra carbon dioxide before yawning bouts, expecting the gas mixture to change how often people yawned. It didn't change a thing. So what is a yawn actually for? One strong theory points to brain temperature. Your skull runs like a small engine, and when it heats up even slightly, a yawn pulls in cool air and increases blood flow to bring the temperature back down. People yawn more in cool air and less on a scorching day. A yawn, in this light, looks less like a gasp for air and more like a tiny internal thermostat resetting itself. But that only explains why you yawn alone. It says nothing about why a yawn jumps from person to person like a spark finding dry grass. Robert Provine, a behavioral neuroscientist at the University of Maryland, found something remarkable. Just watching a 2-second clip of a stranger yawning was enough to trigger a yawn in roughly half the people who watched it. No conversation, no shared room, a silent video on a screen. Why would your brain copy a stranger it will never meet? The answer reaches back before language, into a world where survival depended entirely on staying in sync with everyone around you. Picture an early human band crossing open grassland thousands of years ago. No walls, no locks, no alarm systems. The only real defense a small group had was awareness. Dozens of eyes and ears working together instead of one person trying to watch every direction alone. A shared yawn in that world may have worked like a synchronizing signal. One tired member yawns, the others catch it, and their alertness briefly resets alongside their neighbors. A group that rests together and wakes together is safer than a group scattered across every possible state of alertness. A contagious yawn isn't a glitch. It's a very old form of communication, one that never needed words. This idea gains weight from where contagious yawning actually lives in the brain, in circuits tied to mirror neuron activity, cells that fire both when you perform an action and when you simply watch someone else perform it. These same circuits activate during empathy and unconscious mimicry, when you wince at another person's pain without meaning to. Atsushi Senju, a researcher who studies social cognition, found that children whose social mirroring works differently were significantly less likely to catch a yawn from watching someone else than other children were. That single finding reframed the whole behavior. A yawn crossing a room isn't really about tiredness spreading. It's a measurement of how strongly your brain is tuned in to the people around you. Does it also track who you feel closest to? Researchers at Duke University, led by geneticist Elizabeth Cerulli, tested exactly this. They found that people caught yawns far more often from close family members and friends than from strangers, and the effect dropped even further with someone unfamiliar walking past. Emotional closeness, not just proximity, changes how contagious a yawn becomes. So the next time you catch a yawn from your partner, your sibling, your closest friend, you aren't just witnessing tiredness. You're watching a small, wordless signal of how tightly your nervous system has bonded to theirs. There's a twist buried in all of this too. Infants under about 4 years old rarely catch yawns from others, even while yawning plenty on their own. The wiring for it develops gradually, alongside a child's growing ability to read faces and understand that other people have inner lives different from their own. Contagious yawning, in a sense, is a quiet marker of the empathy machinery finally coming online. Now bring this back to your own life. Sitting somewhere ordinary, maybe at a desk, maybe on a couch, maybe surrounded by strangers. Even reading the word yawn this many times may have already made you do it. That isn't a coincidence. It's tens of thousands of years of group survival wiring still running quietly in the background, still checking who's around you, still syncing your body to theirs. Someone across the room opens their mouth. Their jaw stretches, their eyes half close. And this time, when your own mouth starts to open too, you'll know exactly what's happening. Your ancient wiring just found someone worth syncing with.